Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Krikcet and this is episode 2 of my self-sustaining farm challenge. Now I should be calling it episode 2.5 because a lot has happened. Basically I recorded episode 2, got through it, and then realized that it hadn't recorded. So I went back and I was like, alright, I spoke to a couple people and they're like, you know what, just let people know what happened in the interim. And I mean, it wasn't much, but I'll run around and show everybody what's going on. Basically, after episode 1, when I went to edit the video, I had forgotten to save. So I basically lost all the progress from episode 1. So it's been kind of a hectic thing. So basically I've got all the equipment I had before, with the exception I changed the case plow. It's the same exact plow except it's the trailed version versus the 3-point version. Um, so nothing has changed from that aspect. Now what I did do was, I replowed the field and everything and got that all situated. Now, so when I went to record episode 2, as I stated, I went, recorded the video, and then for some reason, I don't know, things got screwed up and it didn't record. So I went to re-record episode 2 and let everyone know what happened in between 1 and what had just happened. Which reminds me, we did actually get another piece of equipment, the tree mulcher, which you can see right there. It's a BioBelts tree mulcher. Basically a stump grinder, but it'll take down little trees, kind of like the T-Rex, not as quickly, but it will remove them with a little bit of work. So in the second time I recorded episode 2, I have been trying to adjust my audio to get it so, obviously not everyone is hearing the heavy breathing, if you will, or, stuff like that. So, when I did that, it ended up, I got all of episode 2 recorded, and the audio was too low and the tractor was too loud and you could barely hear me. So I went in, tried to play around with that in editing. I couldn't get it to work. I even thought about, dropping the volume way down and then just dubbing over it, but you can still hear enough of my voice to know that there's talking in the background, so that wasn't going to work. So this is my third time trying to record episode 2, and basically the only things you missed is I created a field right here, which I'm planning on turning into a grass field, and obviously because the biogas plant's right there. And basically I soil sampled and limed everything. So if we look at the map, if it loads, oh it did, okay. So soil types, we've got some loam, some sandy loam, and some silty clay down in here. And the pH values are all where they need to be. So we are almost at the end of the first day. It's starting to get dark. I think I'm actually going to let the time go pretty quickly. Yeah, it's kind of at a loss, because basically you had 2 episodes worth of content that are now missing. And I know I'm just kind of driving around back and forth at the moment. I think what we'll do first, so we're going to go to the store and we're going to actually pick up, we're actually going to get an animal trailer. So let's go pick that out. Oh wow. I didn't realize the lights came on the inside. That's kind of cool. Alright. So the trailer I'm going to get is a really versatile trailer. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. Because I tend to really like the various implements, trailers or tractors or whatnot that do multiple jobs that they've got more than one functionality. And this one right here, it's cheap, mind you. Which reminds me, we're actually going to sell the Fattori, the tilting one, for now, because right now I don't need it for transporting anything else. And if I do bales, honestly, this particular one will do basically the same thing. So, we'll get it in white to go with our um, our kind of current theme. But the cool thing about this one is it comes with, you can get a bale module as you see right here, and it comes on a little pallet. And basically the way it works is if you look real close, this is load from this side. You load it from the left side of the trailer, and then you see the little tow hitch, and basically you set it in the center, and it turns it, it allows you to attach the bale module. So it puts those those head racks on the front and rear for transporting bales, which is really cool. There's also a forestry one, and there's an animal transport one, which is actually what we're going to be buying. Now this one's a little different. You literally just drive underneath it, and you're good to go. Yep. I like the white, but it kind of. I'm gonna switch it up. All right. Jeez, blinding myself here. All right, so. And like I said, the other ones you can lift with by hand, and you put the pallet on the trailer, and it will then transform into the trailer type that you end up using. And this one you literally just drive underneath and attach it, and bam, you suddenly have a nice animal transport. Doesn't transport a ton, but it transports enough, especially for what we're doing right now. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but if we put it on that, look at that. How cool is that? Trying not to blind everybody. But yeah, it's a foldable animal transport trailer on the back of a flatbed. So, let's take this back to the farm, and we will, I think then we're going to fast forward to the next day, and then I believe we're going to, I want to set up the water for the animals, and the water pumps, and then secondly, I think we're going to potentially seed, get things planted so that we can get our crops growing. Of course I can't see very well, so yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. Fancy house. Nope. Come on. Why are you not working? the bathroom. Don't need to go in there. There we go. Alright. And I meant to actually make that 12 hours. Animals have died. I don't even have any animals. What? See? No animals, no animals. And I don't know how these are producing when there's nothing in any of these. Oh, when I activated them. That's really weird. It actually like produced some without having any without having any products. It's kind of weird. And I didn't go far enough into the morning, so now it's still dark. Alright. Get the new headlamp from Mantrid. And bam, now we can see. Alright. So that means that... I forgot you can't run with this. Huh. Yeah, it actually produced stuff without any supplies. That's odd. Yeah. So... that's kinda odd. Alright, so that makes things interesting. So basically we have seed, we have fertilizer, we have solid fertilizer, and liquid fertilizer, which also means we must have pig food too. So yeah. So future reference for anyone who hasn't used these before. I mean, I tested them out once, but I've never actually used them in a game, so, you know, long period of time to see what they do. Basically, if you activate them, much like you would an animal pen, because obviously they work off the animal system, and I'm sure plenty of people have done videos about this, but you would go in here, select it over, and then you see the confirm. You would confirm, and it's basically like moving an animal into the pen. And when you do that, it starts the production. And I thought you had to have, you know, it would go in there and be fine, and then you would have to put, you know, supplies in to get it going. Apparently, it kind of goes a bit and then cuts out. And what I saw in testing and what I'm seeing now, basically, I'm assuming that you have um, when you have the animal in and then you start putting the products in, it gives you like a health bar and everything, just like an animal. And if you don't have enough of the products, the health drops. So in not putting any products in, the health dropped until it died because we're using seasons. So now the production has stopped again unless I, you know, move that over and activate it. Basically what we have is what we have. Once I actually have some stuff to put in there, I will activate them again so they're not just passively activating or producing things from nothing, because that seems a little cheap. Ah, so this has definitely been an interesting ride. It kind of it's a little disheartening considering that you know I was really hoping this would work out well. Um, I mean, we're still gonna move along and carry on and such, you know. I guess we'll just continue with the process, I guess. Um, yeah, so I guess we'll put the water down and we'll get some animals, because I've got pig food, and I can run to the store and grab a couple pallets of TMR, you know, for the cows. So let me do that. Let me place a couple of the um, place a couple of the. Jeez, I can't think straight. Everything's throwing me off today, you know. A couple of the water pumps, and that helps prevent your animal from dying. And they only show up with seasons, but don't tell me I can't do it because I can't see. Ah, okay. I mean, most everybody knows how these things work, so I'm not too worried about that. There we go. There's that one. And I don't think I'll be able to place the cow one until it gets brighter. So first I guess we'll just go grab a few pigs. And then we'll take the little Avant over and move some of that pig food in to the trough. I really need to put a different road in so I'm not driving through the fields. Maybe we'll try and do that today too, just so, oh Jesus. Crash counter. I think that's the second time I've hit that too. I don't know if it was on video or if it was one of the times when the recording didn't take, but yeah, you know, it's always a good time. But we'll go grab some pigs, we'll get them in, and we'll get them some food, and they can start producing. I'm not going to give them, obviously I can't give them straw yet, but once they do, jeez, I am hitting everything today. It is not a good day. But yeah, I was really. And I apologize for being so late in the releasing of this video. Obviously, it's taken me a bit, and things have gone squirrely on all accounts. Alright, open that up. Let's see, which ones are we gonna go for? We're gonna go for mother breed. Yeah, we're gonna go for Yorkshires, because I want them to breed. I know Mr. Sealy P did a video on pigs and seasons, and I think he had 20, and he ended up with, it was over 100 within the completion of the first year. So, you know, a lot of people say pigs aren't worth it, and in base game, I would probably agree. And the amount of food they take is ridiculous. In base game, it's like I did a test once, and it was like, you know, 1,000 liters of each category per pig. So basically 4,000 liters of product per pig. So if you've got 20 pigs, that's 80,000 liters. That's why when you know, put stuff into the trough, it doesn't actually you know, build up. It doesn't, it seems like it takes forever to actually, you know, fill the troughs, or it doesn't at all. At least with seasons it takes, you know, less, and which is one of the other reasons I like running seasons, especially if I'm going to have animals. Alright, it's getting light out. We're going to slow time down to 5 speed for now. Delivery point is right in there. What's up? Turn the lights on. Fold. There we go. Transport all these guys in here. Fold up the trailer. Move this out of the way. Alright. Now for the moment, we're going to shut this off. Close that up. I got water. That's another thing. I'm going to have to get a water tank. We will grab one of those as well. Alright, now we get to try this little guy. Don't worry, piggies, we're bringing you some food. The steering wheel. Articulated vehicles don't always do great with the steering wheel. Alright. Up. It is heavy. Does not like it. Oh no, the ass end is actually coming off. Let's keep it low to grab. It should be alright. So yeah, this series has been a bunch of surprises and definitely trying. So, look at that. Oh wow, didn't even take that much. Well, granted, I don't have that many pigs, so just leave this here for now. Try and leave it here for now. That's fine. now it gets stuck in the wall. Well, if nothing else, at least it's amusing to see me struggle, right? Alright, we'll leave that there for now. Now, I need a tanker. Actually, I think I'm going to stick this over in the other shed with the live spreader, next to the BGA. I feel like that'll be a good spot for it. Yeah, we'll do the old flipperoo. Drop that off here. Alright. And actually, before we get that, I am going to take a moment and I'm going to try and make a little road. Just because I feel like it's needed. Oof, I put my fields real close, didn't I? Alright, we're going to take off a tiny bit of the field. Now granted, I know I have the other road over on the other side by the farm, but the problem is that's even further away and I don't own any of the land, so I can't build that road out anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a little extension from this. I don't even remember what texture I used for this ground. This one? Yes it is. Okay. So we will that's the days when you need an undo button. I've heard people say it. We're gonna go over here. Nope. See? That's what happens. Should have done this as dirt. Oh, see? I don't own the land anyway. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it'll do for now. I'm definitely hoping after this video, when I get into the next one, it'll go smoother and you know, it'll definitely work out better. Because I'm sure it's been a bit fun to watch. Let's put it that way. All right, so let's see. Animals. Now we'll go into. I think it's actually under slurry tankers. There's one that I really like. It's you know, it's basically universal. Or is it miscellaneous maybe? I mean, I guess I could always get the TLX and do it that way, but I think the water trough is in the grass pen for the, shoot, where is it? Where in the world is that? Oh man, that's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, there it is. Liquid Bowser, 12,500, 18,000 liters, but it takes, obviously, as you can see, everything. So, rim color, go black. Main color, go white. You know what? I'm not liking it. That looks better. And we'll get some big old chunky tires on there. Cool thing with this mod too is it actually, the tires will compress. You know, they'll squish when you've got more in it. Alright. So I think what we'll do is we'll get this, get some water in the feeding troughs just to make sure they're topped up, and then we'll call it a day for this episode. It's been kind of a hectic one. I do apologize for the chaos and, you know, obviously the length it took me to actually get this one out to you guys. But things will get better, you know. It just takes time. Gotta get used to it. Alright. And lastly, I think we're gonna do one other thing. We're gonna buy a water point, which they have this really nice one. Granted, I do know this trailer is huge for what we have right now. Down the road, it will come in handy more with like the slurry transporting and digestate and stuff like that. But at the moment, it's cheap and it'll do what we need. There we go, water tap. This one's nice because it actually fills up really quickly and it takes up very little space. So we're going to stick this right at the end of this one right here. Bam. Little unassuming water hose. I can't remember, this one fills kind of from a weird spot. It's either the front or back, I believe. I don't know, I haven't used it in a while. There we go. Yeah, kind of front to middle. This is gonna be tight too. Good thing I have a quad steer on here, you know? Because having to maneuver implements around right next to this field, it's gonna be a little squirrely. Alright, let's get some water in there. And I think we'll just leave the tanker right here for now, at least until we get cows situated. And yeah, I think that'll be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, please subscribe, and I promise things will get better. Alright guys, take care. Have a wonderful day.